formation of spin versus seam, and a great spinner in his heyday, Gautam Bemani. Will be with us shortly, Gautam. Should have been free. Surely it should have been free. Gotta run better. Gautam would have been up and down there like a flash.
I wish I could have been, but I was in the crowd and trying to interact with some of the fans here. Some can be a little quieter than others. You know, I heard a great line this morning. It was the soca boys against the reggae boys. So I thought I would try and find some vibe in the stands. Any Trini fans here? Come on, show yourself.
Oh, good. I love my TKR team. And of course, we go on and win. You don't see me winning already. Oh, my goodness. I love Paula. Big six. I love Narayan. What a hit. Listen, I'm not even vexed that there are no fans in these stands because once a Trini, we think your bet is nice. What?
All right, that's enough. You know, what a wonderful shot. A hero maximum there, right on cue from the wonderful Trini boys there, the Trinbago Night Riders picking up hero maximum. But we can't make it all about one team. Remember, there are two teams playing out there. If I mention Trini, what about the reggae boys? What about Jamaica?
That Trini boy can't beat me. Your mother, we little but we Tallawahs. You understand? In this year championship, my team are gonna be up top. Jamaica, me say. Jamaica. Welcome to Jamrat 2000.
As you can see, both teams are very well supported here. Rodman and company, don't lose heart. The stands are full of the vibe on both sides.
Excellent, Gautam Bemani. The thing about Alex Jordan is she can't lose in CPL. She can't lose. She's Barbadian. She has worked in Jamaica. She's a supporter of the Guyana Amazon Warriors. She loves the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. And she loves Trini Carnival. From Rodman Powell. So I really don't see how Alex Jordan can lose with anyone that wins Hero CPL.
What a nice position to be in. No ball. Now that is an unacceptable sin in this format of the game. And normally it's the captain who's got his head in his hands, but on this occasion it's the captain that's having to bowl it. He delivered the no ball and he's having to recover that situation. With sloppy start from the Tallawahs, a few little misfields, and now this no ball is not what they need.
You have to re-bowl that. 50 US for every 6 hit in this Hero CPL. Saluting our COVID heroes, those on the front line who've done an exceptional job, of which my wife is a part of that. Good morning to her and the entire office. I tell you what is also critical. If Russell doesn't bowl. Well done, Rodman Powell, eventually. If he doesn't bowl, now he may bowl, but if he doesn't bowl, I don't know how many bowling options Rodman Powell has outside of himself as one of the 5 frontline bowlers. Jermaine Blackwood can turn his arm over some medium pace or off spin, but he doesn't do it regularly. I don't know what Asif Ali does if he bowls. And Nkrumah Bonner at times previously used to bowl, I think, some leg spin. So if one of the main bowlers or two travel, it'd be intriguing to see where Powell goes or who he goes to. Providing Russell isn't bowling.
Well, I think if Russell was going to bowl today, we would have seen it already. I think he would have declared his hand and bowled an over 2 up front. I can't see him suddenly coming into the attack after what we've seen as a response to the 5 specialist bowlers selected and their wayward start. So I think it's quite clear that he's not bowling.
in that situation, you've got 5 specialists. You need to trust them and go with them. 9 gone at 75 for 1.
We'll see how that turns out. Tallawahs need a wicket or 2 or 3. You can get a lot of 2s on this ground if you push hard. More than at the Queen's Park Oval because of the huge expanse on the western side of the ground, the right of your screen. Should I say, from this direction, left on your screen from this angle.
Well, if you haven't got involved yet, it's time to get involved with Dream 11. You have to log on to dream11.com or just download the app. I'm sure a lot of you would have considered Sunil Narayan, particularly given his back into the side with his all-round skills. He hasn't disappointed with a quick fire 29. He's the only wicket to fall so far.
Will be gone. It's not been a convincing effort by Lendl Simmons. Less than a run a ball. And I think the questions are still out there. Excellent from Lamishani. This is what the Tallawahs needed.
Ball turning away. Lendl Simmons looking. To launch that down the ground for 6, and the turn and the bounce was his undoing. He goes for 25 off the 28 deliveries. It's 7.
78 for 2, approaching the halfway mark of the innings. Monroe 19 at a run a ball. Narayan got them off to a flyer. It is a Jamaica Tallawahs home game, and just a reminder of the beauty of that country, the mix of cultures that make it quite unique. Much to do, including a visit to the Blue Mountains and zip lining. Or you can go to Port Royal. Historic part of Jamaica's capital city. The outskirts. 78 for 2. Tim Seifert is the new batter. Oh! Maybe it's a right hand, left hand thing. Just one point I want to make before the halfway interval is when you look at the Hero MotoCorp leaderboard, Tom Moody, there's so much significance in trying for those teams first to qualify, but as high as possible. Simply because if one of the semi-finals are rained off, it is the position of highest on the table that goes through. Just short. And that is important at this time of year. You can leave nothing for granted at this time of year in Trinidad that you can expect rain. So much to battle for teams.
Beautifully bowled. Just landing short of Russell, who seems to be relatively deep there at slip. It's a very good point you make. I'm sure it's something that's in the back of the mind of coaches. Oh. Another opportunity, just shaving the stumps, a little inside edge. Munro not reading the leg break on this occasion, but getting away with it and getting a boundary. 10 overs gone. It's 83 for 2. So both TKR and the Zooks have qualified already, but what's important is on the far right side, that run rate. It's important you keep that at as good a level as possible because of the point that Ian Bishop made.
Tremendous record for those that are batting here in match 21. TKR haven't lost a match yet. They are the dominant side for sure. Yeah, trying to get that favoured onside. Mendel Simmons came second. And we could also now do getting rid of Munro. He's got established, had an early life, so the two Kiwis are out there, and Samuel Badbury's alongside.
Morning, Danny. Morning to all who are tuned in wherever you may be for what we expect to be a high-octane contest between these two powerhouses. Three-time champions, Trinbago Knight Riders against two-time champions, the Jamaica Tallawahs.
You get so gratuitous. There was width on offer, and this surface is proving to be the best one, I reckon, so far.
And he's given himself the responsibility to bowl for overs. It appears as though Andrew Russell would not be bowling. So Rothman Powell as the fifth bowler in this lineup presents a significant challenge for the Jamaica Tallawahs. Hasn't really bowled much in T20 cricket. But based on the composition of this team and the selection that they've gone into this contest with, means that Rothman Powell has to bowl. Chief groundsman, Dave Agnew, has been doing some tremendous work here at this venue in order to get that score, that pass score up a little bit more from what we've seen at the Queenspark Oval. It's certainly a magnificent facility here in South Trinidad.
She's the leading edge. Blades these days. Cypher take one and be happy. Yeah, I'm noticing that head-to-head too, Sammy. Played 17. It's 9-8 to Jamaica. So you're right, these two big powerhouses, really, Jamaica's the only franchise that has a positive against TKR in terms of matches played coming out on the right side of the ledger.
Two of those 9 matches have been single-handedly won by Andrew Russell, who's playing here today. 100 in a semi-final, then 100 in a preliminary match with a hat-trick. So he's such a powerhouse in T20 cricket and an integral member of this Jamaica Tallawahs team. Not bowling in this particular contest, but certainly will be called upon with the bat. I'm a little bit surprised too to see Tim Seifert ahead of Darren Bravo. Not too sure what the reason is at the end of 11, 91 for 2. Hopefully the weather stays good all the way through in this contest. Look at this from Andrew Russell. Fastest CPL 100s. Andrew Russell has been a magnificent performer in the Hero CPL. Fastest 100s. Guess who's at the top? Andrew Russell. 40 deliveries and 42 deliveries. And guess who was the opposition? The Trinbago Night Riders. So he loves them. And just maybe we're in for some fireworks later on. Nicholas Puran, Hetmayan Gill complete that top 5.
Superman averages 51 and a bit against TKR. We've also been told his strike rate, 190. Let's call it 190. Oh! Dicing with it.
Exceptional bowling from Sandeep Lamichhane. Leg spin, googly, you name it, he has it. Colin Munro doesn't know which direction these balls, and hence he's trying to manufacture some scoring opportunities. Big shot for IBW. Not out, says the umpire, but that variation that he has, leg spin googly, completely outfoxing Munro.
It turned and you can see middle and off, so it goes against the bowler. But we've had 3 dots in a row. He's determined to get this reverse sweep slot going, Munro.
And he's mixing it up really well, Lamichhane. Leg spin and googly. Physiotherapist doing some good. Ensuring that that bit of strapping comes off. Another good delivery from Lamichhane. Continues to create problems here on this surface. Well, from Trinbago Night Riders. That seems to be Lyndall Simmons. Just ensuring that the strapping comes off without too much pain.
Well, it's a cracking sweep. There is protection. So just a single, just 2 singles off that over. A dozen overs bowled at 93 for 2.
Yeah, they got off to a good start. The Trinbago Night Riders, they have wickets in hand and a powerful batting lineup, a powerful depth in their team, so they'd expect to get up to maybe 170 mark, the start that they've gotten so far.
Very much up and down, glimpses of some big overs and positive shot making. All of a sudden the bowlers just get back into the contest. An early wicket. And to wait till just prior to the drinks break there in the 10th over. Lost a wicket though straight after the drinks break, which is such a key thing that does happen so often in T20. Drinks break, get a wicket. Carlos been a little unlucky, got to say. Monroe dropped very early on. Now Monroe's got into the 30s at a run a ball. And Robin Pell says, look, Ricky, come back for me. Well, these two, in terms of batting together, New Zealand, so lots of positivity about it. Yeah. Sammy, you and I would have called this now sleep.
Yeah, Carlos Bartos was already celebrating until he realized what had happened. But just getting back to that point about the risky in terms of the team selection and the number of bowlers that you can call upon. Rahman Powell himself having to bowl perhaps a full quota, knowing that Andrew Russell is not able to bowl. But on the plus side, they've stacked their team with batting. They won the toss, they decided to bowl. So they're expecting that their batsmen can chase whatever total is set.
Geez, wouldn't it be nice? Thinking a song too. But Chadwick Walton, in all seriousness, geez, I'd love him to get cracking here this afternoon. Think about Walton could really crank up here and get going with Phillips or Andre Russell even. And it would be an exciting chase.
Yeah, when this tournament started, when I saw the teams, I looked at this team in particular and with their lineup, a very powerful lineup if they can get going. Rahman Powell himself, Carlos Brathwaite, if they all can contribute with the bat, then it's going to be a tough proposition to restrict this batting lineup. It hasn't been the case just yet in terms of them firing. Glenn Phillips has been good. Andrew Russell himself has been good in the early exchanges. But the others around them haven't fired consistently enough. Asif Ali had a good outing in the very first game and fell away thereafter.
Once again, just enlightened by stats guru Nick Miller that Chadwick Walton, 14 runs in 6 innings. Chadders, time to pull the plug. Find the rope, Chadwick. Cane it over it. Yeah. Sorry reading this for Chadwick Walton.
Yeah, saw him in the lift on his way to the ground. I asked him jokingly, of course, if he had his bats in the bag for this contest. He said he did. So hopefully he can come good today. A swing and a miss from Colin Monroe. That ball to end the over 5 from it at the end of 13.98 for 2, the Knight Riders. Colin Monroe 33 from 33, and Seifert 5 from 7. They want to accelerate at this stage. The bowling of Fidel Edwards dispatched earlier on from the bat of Sunil Narayan. Mujib again very frugal. Carlos Brathwaite, Rahman Powell himself already bowled 3, and Lamichani has been brilliant, not getting the rewards in terms of wickets just yet.
A lot of work to do for some of those other bowlers at Lamichani. So just 4 runs. Beg your pardon, 7 runs of the last 2 overs for TKR. The lifebuoy hand washing, you better believe it in these pandemic times. Cleansing. Clean hands to rip the throttle on this thing. The Hero Hunk. See a bit of Andre Russell revving that to pieces, tearing off from the stadium to the wild blue yonder. Charney with a bit of width on offer. He's been so straight and so attacking. Usual to see him a little bit wide there. But only a brace. 100 up now.
Yeah, given that with opportunities in the free arms, Amichani. Another reverse sweep. And this time, Seifert makes connection and gets the result that he was after. When you're not sure, give it a sweep.
Yes. Well, I was just saying to his mate, Colin Monroe, this is how you do it. Monroe is normally very good at this as well. He's missed out on a few of those. Because Seifert, right-handed. Subtly different. Peach, it really is appreciably more pace and bounce down here at Lara. Hoorah!
Good length here from Lamichani. Just drawing the batsman on the front foot. Look at that. Now look at the turn. The slip was taken out because of that shot of the previous delivery. So no slip in place now. Been really good. Good control from Lamichani. Good variation. Nicholas Hilton on the field. There's an opportunity for Seifert and Monroe. Monroe, like we mentioned, 2 ducks in his previous outing. Seifert not really had much of an opportunity to bat. But as we get towards the business end of the tournament, you just feel that they want everyone to get an opportunity, to get a feel of what is on offer here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Yeah, another reverse sweep, another miss. 14, 105 for 2. A brilliant spell from Sandeep Lamichani. 4 overs, 1 for 20. When many of the other bowlers have travelled, he has been able to restrict this batting lineup. Simmons at the top, 25 of 28, didn't get going. Narayan, brilliant as usual. 29 off 11 deliveries. Monroe still looking to find his way to find that acceleration along with Seifert. So 105 for 2 after 14. Bravo Pollard, bravo to come. So you just feel that they want to pull the trigger now. Get up to that perhaps 170, 180 mark. Wickets in hand, and with the power that they have in terms of Bravo, Pollard and Bravo, still very possible on the surface. Some questions in terms of the bowlers who will be used. Powell has to bowl or has to find 1 over. Carlos Pratt 3, Mujib himself has 2, along with Phil Edwards. So just 5 bowlers used so far. Eldorado Skakam providing these wonderful images of this magnificent facility here at Taruba, the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Certainly one of the prides of South Trinidad. Carlos Pratt in there, so someone on the field for him. Phil Edwards back in the attack.
Lofted. Got enough? Oh, you betcha. There's another hero maximum for TKR.
And it went into the Jamaica Tallawahs dugout. Pace on. And these Kiwi batsmen love the pace on. Just through the line of that delivery, length presented, got the power, got the elevation, and got the result. So pressure back on the bowler. Look at it, into that dugout, just under the tent.
Oh, so taken it is. Good hands this time. And Seifert's got to go now.
Yeah, good catch from Sandy Blamichani. Nelson again does the trick. As Danny Morrison would say, Fidel Edwards gets the reward, gets the breakthrough. But again, might feel a little bit unfortunate there, Tim Seifert. But that's the nature of this sport. Another wicket down for the Night Riders. Seifert goes for 18, 111 for 3.
Big fella. Captain, Kyron Pollard out in the centre now at number 5. Couldn't forget about that innings of 72 from 28. Really did just turn things around so dramatically against the Tridents. Really was a phenomenal performance to get TKR home to win by 2 wickets with a ball remaining. Extraordinary. Wonderful striking. This is a pretty good catch too. And our old mate comes good. Good old Nelson. 1-1-1 for 3 now and 14.2. And it is just a perfect stage for KP to come out and enjoy this pitch, which is sliding on rather nicely.
Yeah, it's set up really good for this man. The power that he has and that rollicking score at the Queen's Park Oval in the last match.
Now, Robin Powell, he's got Fidel Edwards on. So bowling to the bigger boundary, there's 2 men out there lurking with a short one, you'd have to say. Powell himself goes into wide slip position. He's got his premier quick man on, Fidel Edwards, with all that experience. It's all quick enough. Man, that was a very straight mid-wickets come up. Square leg has gone more to an orthodox deep mid-wicket rather. And fine leg has gone a little bit squarer. So the bouncer is certainly on the cards here from Fidel. Oh, good heat, good heat.
A good thinking here from the Jamaica Tallawahs. This was his memorable knock 2 days ago against the Barbados Tridents. 9 sixes and really snatching a victory from the jaws of defeat there. Tremendous power, ability to get those miss-hits, leading edges over the boundary. And the scene is set for a similar knock in this contest. Good short ball again from Fidel Edwards.
Joe Wilson just saying that's it one. The other one that just slipped through. If you can get it up around armpit, sort of throat height, you get that lovely angle coming back at Kyron Pollard. Yeah, and then he's in trouble if he decides to go horizontal against someone of Fidel's pace. Will be challenging for this guy. So yeah, extra man now goes back out in the deep. Fine leg is coming up inside the circle. It's Majid. 3rd man is back. able to rotate the strike. Now, Sportsmax, for those in the Caribbean, you want to download the Sportsmax app, watch it all free. Oh, get amongst it, get it downloaded. Get the lowdown. Oh, Skags, what a time.
Yeah, and at the business end of the tournament now, this is where things get interesting. Last few remaining group stage matches before we get into that semi-final stage where anything can happen, anything can play. Just one game away from that final, one game away from the opportunity to play for the CPL Trophy 2020. Karen Pollard will know that the bowling options to come, so he would factor that in. Mujib has two. They still have a few overs to find the Jamaica Tallawahs.
Gee, this over's taking forever. Left-hander Monroe joins it out through cover to hold on to the strike. We've had 15 overs now. And the Knight Riders are 113 for 3.
Five bowlers used so far by Robman Paul. The exception of Mujib, who's got 2. The bowlers are still with 1 over to come. Lamachani is finished. His economy rate excellent. Sandeep Lamachani. Reverse option chosen by Monroe. Gets a good result.
Well, innovation's important in this format of the game. We've seen players come up with all sorts of different deliveries, but we've also seen players come up with all sorts of different shots.
And again, beats the fielder on the sweeper fence to his right. That's how good that shot was. Had control, had placement.
Yeah, this one squarer than the previous one. The one before was hit well in front of square, but this one's nearly dead square. So hard for the captain when you've got a batsman that's prepared to play the conventional sweep and also the reverse sweep. Really does throw your field placements. I just wonder why Russell is still at slip in this situation. He could still be in a catching position. Whether it be on the leg or the offside, just to create some sort of pressure in front of the bat against it being behind.
Four runs conceded by Mujib in his first 2 overs. Already 9 runs from this over. I'm sure he'll fancy his chances bowling to Karen Pollard. Robert Paul might think he has a good chance of getting Pollard out early. Dream 11 Fantasy League highest point scorers this season. Mohamed Nabi 499. Mujib, who's bowling at the moment, second on that list. Chase, Emirates and Holder also featuring. tries that reverse again.
Yeah, I made the point about Russell still asleep, and it puzzles me that he is still there. We know that he's potentially carrying a little bit of an injury with his knee, but he could be easily positioned in a stationary position in front of the bat. Whether that be a point or a cover, still not to be.
Only 6 fours and 1 hero maximum conceded by Mujib in the entire tournament. 16 overs gone, 124 for 3. Robert Paul, the captain of the Tallawahs, give us an opportunity to showcase what the plans are for Karen Pollard. I think that's a big, big aspect of this year's Hero CPL. How do you contain Karen Pollard? We've seen his power in the death overs. Many teams would have spoken about Pollard. Ways of getting him out, ways of containing that power play we've seen from him. Tom, I know you're sick of us talking about you as a coach. How would you approach it?
Well, you can guarantee that all the coaches and bowling groups around this Hero CPL would have had healthy debate around what is the best option to get on top of Pollard and the likes of Russell. That's going to be called a wide. And what we've seen so far adopted is that wide Yorker approach and that wide slow ball. Now, I think that, there needs to be another option considered. And I mentioned in the previous game when Pollard did have his time out in the middle, and that is to bowl round the wicket and target that leg stump, target the batsman's hip, allowing him to have his hands free, because he's so powerful. You slightly miss that Yorker, whether it's wide of the stumps or not, it's disappearing.
It's been an option. I think if you've got a little bit of mystery, you can get him out.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt, it's a very, very good option, but they've got to be encouraged to spin the ball. Borderline wide, that borderline. Yeah, there's no doubt. But one of the things that spinners can do, whether they're the mystery spinners or not, they can sort of, under pressure, forget the most important thing, and that is to get revolutions on the ball, spin the ball, get the ball turning off the pitch, which makes it harder for the power players just to hit through the line.
Nice clean strike. That's Monroe at his very best. It's not an easy delivery to get away, but he does it well on this occasion.
Yeah, Power looking for that wide Yorker again, and a little bit of move across the offside, which enables him to fetch this ball, which was probably about 2 foot outside the line of off stump. But because it was full, as in a full toss, he manages to sweep it across to the leg side.
That's it. He finds the gap, gets a boundary again, brings up his 14th CPL 50. Such a consistent performer, albeit his slowest half century in CPL's history.
He's making it very difficult for Power here. He's moving across the crease, he's moving down the crease on this occasion. He's finding the length, he's finding the line that he's wanting to deal with. Round the wicket now.
Not good at all. We've seen a few fumbles, a drop chance from Jim and Blackwood not helping the Tallawahs cause.
Yeah, they seem a little bit down in the field, don't they? They don't seem to have that spark, that urgency that's very much required in this critical contest. But TKR, they're sitting pretty. They're on top. They haven't lost a match. You'd think the Tallawahs were doing everything in their powers to create a positive vibe out in the middle, even if it's against adversity.
Can he finish well? Goes for a while, will need to reload. He's going at 11s now. Rothman Paul. As mentioned earlier, only 5 bowlers. Just want to reiterate that point you made, Tom, about spinners getting the maximum amount of revs on the ball. In that contest, when the Tridents took on the Knight Riders, Hayden Walsh Jr., I felt didn't focus on spinning the ball. Ball with too much pace. That's your greatest threat as a spinner. No ball. Cardinal Sin as a bowler in T20 cricket. It's going probably wrong here for the Tallawahs. Second no ball for Rothman Paul.
Yeah, that's not even close. And that just shows you again the lack of bowling and experience with the ball in hand that Rothman Powell's got. And for him to be the 5th bowler, it's a big ask. So free hit.
Doesn't time it well. Karen Pollard might just arouse him enough for this innings. End of the 17, 142 for 3. Of the last over. Skyscraper. The last one. Rothman Paul finishing his 4 overs, conceding 46 runs. Karen Pollard, Colin Munro will be thinking about getting close to 12 runs per over from here on in at minimum. That will take the Knight Riders to 178 if they do so. This is what all teams are playing for. Knight Riders, 3-time champions. Starts well, Mujib.
Well, the spinners have done their job, there's no question. Sandeep Lamachana has bowled his 4, 1 for 20, and now Mujib in his last over. He's only gone for 14. He hasn't got a wicket yet. A little bit unlucky.
We spoke about Colin Munro getting 2 knots in his previous 2 innings. Spoke about this being his slowest half-century in CPL's history. In fact, it's his slowest out of his 39 50s in his T20 career. You can understand why. Not being amongst the runs in previous innings. Here he is. Just putting in that extra effort, giving himself a little more time at the crease. Oh, Muji! Backwards flying. Not the ball this time for Pollard. It's his bat.
Just missing the off stump as well. It's a big bat too. Carried nearly 30 metres. Yeah, your point about Munro is a good one, but it also highlights how he struggled against the spin. He would have faced a lot of those overs of spin.
What amazing power. That didn't even look like Pollard was trying to hit a six. Didn't have a flourish to that swing. But it's just enough to get over the line.
It's certainly on the bottom part of the bat. It was right up into that block hole. Not a Yorker, but very close to. But Pollard seems to get underneath it.
And again, well, he's surely awakened in this innings. Pollard, he was watchful at the start, but recognizes the need to get boundaries.
This shows you the fine line, doesn't it? That ball that he missed, that he threw his bat away to the leg side, just missed the off stump by a hair. And the next two balls going for 6 and 4. A comfortable one into the leg side to finish the over, and Pollard remains on strike. It's 154 for 3.
The Knight Riders would have spoken about this man to the screen. This is the first time he's gone wicketless. It's his most expensive spell in Hero CPL 2020. That's what good teams do. They plan properly for opposition bowlers.
Yeah, none for 26 after 4 is not expensive either. It's still a very good day out for Majid, but not to the standard that he's set out in the first half of this Hero CPL.
Here's Edwards. Elegant. This time not power and muscle from Pollard. It was sheer timing. Hero maximum.
And the fine line between the perfect Yorker and the ball disappearing over wide mid on for 6 is about 2 inches in Pollard's case. He still has the skill and the timing and strength to be able to help that over the boundary.
There should be a couple. A lot of the young cricketers looking on and having ambitions to play T20 cricket. Pollard showing exactly what controlled aggression is about. He's at the top of the Hero Maximum race. 16 Hero Maximums. And the second, Glenn Phillips in this match featuring. Third on that list. Joined 16 sixes for Lewis and Pollard. And it shows, Tom, it's not only about striking boundaries. He's able to balance that power that he has with rotation of strike and appreciating the twos, the singles.
Well, he's a very experienced player, which is what we've talked about. Excellent partnership at this stage of the game. Just 27 balls for that 51. And what comes with experience is cricket smarts and understanding that those twos are as important at times, or those ones are as important as those 4s and 6s. You asked me a couple of overs ago around what would be the best line to bowl or option for Pollard at the back end of the innings, and this is a really good example. The leg side field is the bigger side of the ground, so it's about a 75 metre to the leg side. So that's why I would even more so encourage the bowler to bowl round the wicket in at the batsman's leg stump or the batsman's feet or ankles to that leg side. And see if he can flick a six from that line, well, all the best. And you're protecting that shorter side. And you're asking the batsman then to consider something different. Maybe I've got to step away and open up that offside. By doing that, you're creating an option where the batsman's going to be off balance and not have the same power.
That's beautiful. That is exceptional fun, Monroe. Elevation, placement, timing.
Lifting it over extra cover, knows there's a big gap, a lot of space. If he can just clear the infield, the 30-yard circle over extra cover, you'll find a boundary.
Just tips the back leg as well to get the elevation to go under the ball. Monroe misses out this time.
Well, another half century for Munro. Talked about it not being his quickest, but still, it's an important innings. It's been the backbone to the TKR's innings so far. Played a lot of reverse sweeps, challenged the spinners with that change.
Monroe likes this opposition, over 500 runs in CPL against the Tallawahs. Just short. Timing was quite good. And psychologically, when you're up against an opposition, tends to give an added pep in your step. 19 overs gone, 169 for 3.
Bonner down there at deep third man, making a very good fist of this, diving forward, which is never easy. Not quite carrying to him. At the end of Edwards' 4 overs, 1 for 48 for him, so expensive today.
First set of matches are back at Brown Lara Cricket Academy as we continue Hero CPL 2020. Cricket played louder. Surely this contest loud in terms of entertainment so far. One of T20's best at the crease, Aaron Pollard. Monroe, he's been excellent against the Tallawahs. Averages 70 with the bat against this opposition team. Crucial over for the Tallawahs. Already the Knight Riders 169 for 3. Where will they finish? Brathwaite. Boom. Pollard's power. He was aiming full. He cleared that front foot and dispatched it.
Brutal. Really was brutal, this. Deep in his crease. Still balanced. Just hitting straight through the line.
Very close to his best, Aaron Pollard. I haven't seen him strike the ball so cleanly in recent times. Goes wide. The umpire signals wide.
Yeah, pretty fair call. Change of pace wide, but it's just too wide from Brathwaite. No, what he's trying to do is just take the pace off the ball and ask Pollard to reach for it. Doesn't have any protection behind square on the offside or square of the wicket offside. Reload, another wide. 6 wides now for the innings, 2 no balls.
Again, Carlos Brathwaite showing what the options are against Karen Pollard. 3 deliveries, searching for that straight Yorker, not finding it. Went slow and length outside the off stump. Can he get it right? Doesn't have the pop with the wide deliveries, Karen Pollard. Confines him to 1. Monroe on strike. This is brilliant. Excellent here from Monroe. Making the adjustment at the last minute. You can understand what Brathwaite was trying to do. He tried to follow him, but he was equal to the task. Just helped it along its way.
This is a very timid finish by the Tallawahs, you'd have to say. Yes, they're under enormous pressure with a set batsman in Munro and an informed batsman in Pollard, but they've got to be better in their discipline. Better length, better line, right up into that block hole. It's by all means not an easy task bowling at the end of an innings in any format of the game, but particularly in T20. And it's even harder when you've got the likes of Pollard at the crease, an informed top order player like Munro.
Pulled away, finds the fielder, takes the total to 184 for 3. Highest total at this venue, 185, scored by the Knight Riders against the Barbados Tridents earlier in Hero CPL 2020. Surely it'll set a new benchmark. 1 delivery left in the innings. Goes high. Brathwaite under it. Should get a wicket, yes. Completes the catch. Anticlimactic end to the over. The umpires might just have a chat about the height where that delivery finished.
Yeah, both the standing umpire and the square leg umpire getting together, just double checking the height. And that would be rubbing salt in the wound if this is called no ball. There'll be another ball that will need to be delivered at a free hit. Front foot's fine. That's where it needs to be. Plenty of margin for error there. I reckon that looks all right. Get that well in front of himself there. It's on its way down around waist height.
That's dipping down, so side angle would have been a lot better to make that determination of the height, whether it was a no ball. Umpire has given it as a fair delivery, so Monroe will be dismissed as we come to the end of the innings. The Knight Riders finishing on 184 for 4.
Yeah, very good effort by TKR. It's the end of Munro. a well-compiled 65 from him, helping his team achieve 184 for 4. Got their work cut out, the Tallawahs. They won the toss and asked TKR to bat first. And haven't they done that? They've done that very, very well indeed.
2 wickets to Carlos Brathwaite. But this was another solid display of batting by the Knight Riders. There was a little bit of a partnership at the top of the innings with Simmons and Narain. Narain in particular was destructive. 32 they produced before Monroe came in. Had an early chance and was able to bat all the way to the end of the innings until he was finally dismissed off the last ball. Partnership of 73 between the top 9.
Just the 5 bowlers used, and they've all been under pressure. But again, Mujib and Lamachani, the standard bowlers for the Tallawahs. Edwards expensive, 1 for 48. Him, and also Rodman Powell, very expensive.